Okay, so today we'll be opening up this used MANN oil filter, number W71295. And I got this used oil filter from a very generous viewer whose name is Will from Simsbury, Connecticut. Thanks, Will. This oil filter was in service for 8 months, 4,699 miles, and came off of Will's wife's car, a 2018 Audi A3 e-tron Sportback. Yep, the one with the plug-in hybrid 1.4 liter engine, which now has 53,647 miles. She was using Quaker State Euro 5W40 full synthetic oil during this period. So let's get started.
You gotta glue the silicone, be nice and tight, get your inner here, filtration.
Okay, so before we open this filter up, let's take a quick look at it. Here's the filter number, MANN filter, made in Germany. Here's some instructions. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And date code here, it's in, you can see it with the UV light. I think I'm going to see if I can get the light off here. Yeah, you can see it better. So 22/06/22. So that's the day, month, and year. So it's June 22nd, 2022. All right, and this filter has, get the light back on. There you go. It's got a bypass valve at the dome end. Looks like a strange bypass valve. That's going to be interesting to see that. It looks like it's got a nylon center core. 4 grooves there for threads, and it's got 5 inlet holes with a nitro rubber gasket. I'll put the thickness of this gasket up on the screen. Okay, let's open this filter up and see what it looks like. Okay, no, not too much oil. Good. I'm going to put my gloves on now. Okay, here's the base plate. There's a little bit of oil there, see that? But there's no sludging in here or anything, so that's good. Main drain back valve, silicone main drain back valve. And it's got a nice spring to it. Yeah, it looks like it'd do a good job there. The filter element. Metal end caps. The bypass valve right here. And these bypass valves, the Germans, they rate this at 2.5 bars, which equals 36.26 psi. So they call it bars, we call it psi, but it's pretty high, 36.26 psi. And here's a metal crimp seam. I'll put the number of pleats up on the screen. Looks pretty clean. It's a little crooked there, but that's not bad. Yeah, it's nice and clean all over. And unfortunately, I don't have any specs on this filter media. So what you see is what you get. But this all looks pretty good. Like I said, that looks interesting in there. We'll have to see what that looks like after it's cut open. Let's see what we got in here. Got a stamp leaf spring. Strange design. Pretty cool. And the can. That looks like overspray. Yeah, this is like overspray in there. And I'm gonna put the measurements of this can up on the screen. Pretty thick can. Well, it's pretty hard to open up. You can see some of the white paint here. Okay. .10 inches wide minus 1/10 of an inch. So 2 inches even. All right, well, let me cut this open, stretch it out, squeeze it out, and see what it looks like. Be right back. Okay, here's the filter all stretched out. And this filter is 57¼ inches long. Okay, so let's get the thickness of this filter media. 1.03 millimeters thick. Okay, this is the filtering side. This is the back side. And if we take a look at this filter media, this is a sample that we're going to look at under a microscope. You're going to see that I've got two pictures. I took two pictures because it's pretty clean. I just found a little bit of carbon particles, but most of this filter was clean. So let's take a look at that microscope picture. So looking at the microscope picture, I wouldn't say this has a very good micron rating because the picture looks kind of light. There's a lot of light spots in it, but it did catch some carbon particles, but it's very clean. And another thing I want to say, it's got this polymer backing to it. So this is like it's like Purolator Bosch filters. It's like plastic, but it's polymer backing. And the crimp seam fell apart when I was cutting it open. So let's take a look at this filter up close. So you can see it's very clean. There's really nothing on the surface. Oops. See, I started taking the backing up of here, but it sticks. The filter media sticks to that polymer backing. So all throughout this filter, it has that polymer backing. Okay. So I'd say this is a pretty clean filter media. And let's take a look at the rest of the filter. Okay, so we went over the gaskets, and drain back valve, inlet holes, can. See, that's pretty clean. There's just some overspray in there. I had it sitting like this. That's clean. This filter's really clean by stamp leaf spring. And we got the nylon center core. And the reason I thought this was some kind of weird bypass valve was because it's so tall. Probably it's so tall because of the high, they needed a strong spring inside here because of the high bypass valve setting on this 36 PSI. So they got a strong spring inside here. So looking at this can, I'd say the engine on her car is clean. In this setup for 5,000 miles, I think it's pretty good. What do you guys think? Please post your comments down below. And again, I want to thank Will for sending me this used MANN filter. And I think I'll wrap this video up. And don't forget, Oil Filter Fridays. I try to open up an oil filter every Friday on this YouTube channel. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. Thanks for watching and take care. Yeah, this is nice and clean.